Hello and welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 21st of October for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. This week begins with the Sun and Mars in the sign of Libra, whereas Venus and Mercury have moved into the deeper, more passionate vibe of Scorpio. But as this week begins, there is a quarter moon. This is where the Sun and the Moon are at right angles. In the sky, it looks like a half moon. And this one in Cancer is obviously about feeling, whereas the Sun in Libra is about air, it's about communication. So there is a possibility that someone around us this week could be a bit more sensitive and not quite tune in to how we see things, and perhaps particularly around a relationship. But Mars is also clashing from Monday through to Friday with the North Node, which is also in Cancer. And the North Node reverses, it's in an inverted direction, but that's squaring with Mars. And with the North Node being itself very emotional, I think it's going to be important to try to contain any frustration this week if things don't go quite to plan. And yet, ironically, at the heart of this week, Venus forges, the planet of relating, a fantastic angle to Saturn and then with Pluto. So where relationships are going well and are rooted in reality and constructive dialogue, there's give and take, and there's a desire to help out in a practical way, then things can go forwards really well. The Sun also moves on Wednesday, early evening BST time, into the sign of Scorpio, joining up with Venus and Mercury. So this brings a more passionate dimension to play. But by the end of this week, on Saturday and Sunday, the Sun is in opposition with Uranus, and that can create some unexpected surprises. It's possible that we could find ourselves pulled towards a particular item that we really crave to buy, or maybe it's an individual whose mesmeric energy can suddenly hit on us and really make our pulse race quicker. So it's definitely going to be a very interesting week, but balancing those emotions with how we interact with others is going to be at the root of how we manage it. Your specific forecast, Libra, shows that when poise and dignity are so inherently important to you, it's possible that events this week could challenge this simply because someone could be quite frustrating. This could be someone you meet in or encounter in a public dimension or through your work, or it could be in the family, someone close to you. Part of this irritation could come from the rather more assertive energies of Mars in your zodiac sign, which clashes with the North Node and also with Saturn in the last half of this week. But if you could just throttle down a little bit and just be mindful of the grittier, more earthier side of the foundations of your existence, this can be a week of profound progress because your ruling planet Venus forges two standout helpful influences, first with Saturn and then with Pluto. And that can help you to start to feel that things are getting more stabilized at the very base of your foundation, and that can be pleasing. You can also start to feel better about yourself, especially for midweek when the Sun travels into Scorpio. This is going to be an important phase for your financial situation for sure, but it's also back to that self-worth, and that's going to be a big help to you over this next month. But by the end of this week, the Sun does go into opposition with Uranus. How this plays out can be very variable. You could suddenly get a desire to get something for yourself, which is rather luxurious, and it may be quite hard to resist. You could encounter somebody who has a kind of intense, but rather steamy or sultry vibe about them, but you may be surprised by how much you can be stirred up by them quite quickly, and therefore that need to maintain your equilibrium could be challenged a little bit. Or then again, you could just have an absolutely brilliant idea to improve your financial situation, especially from embracing innovation. So this is a week when, however, at times it could test you on the surface. I think if you can just concentrate what's beneath that, what you're doing that's really important, you can actually make a lot of very important progress. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to order your year 2020 personal horoscope forecast based on your time, date and place of birth, you can get the rest of this year free, as well as all of 2020, and get 30% off. Please see the link beneath this video. But for now, good luck and goodbye.